Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, organics of all ages, I'm Double R, and in this particular video, we have to deal with something that popped up a little while ago. Ain't so big now, but it was a thing to note. And it was the Pro-LoliSho Civil War per se. Bear with me, I think I have a way to explain this to make it simple, effective, efficient, and we can knock it all out pretty damn quick. So that being said, let's do this proper. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a 3-round limit boxing match between the blue corner, hailing from I don't give a fuckistan. The fiction is just fiction, bros. The one, the only, the pro side, Pro-LoliSho purists. And their opposition, in the green corner, hailing from the Uncanny Valley, Province 2256. Their opposition is simply known as the Pro-LoliSho Antis. That said, these two sides shall meet and face off once and for all for the soul of their Pro-LoliSho community. Now, blue side, green side, touch gloves, keep your guards up at all time, and let's get it on!
I hope you're proud of yourself.
So, to get into describing both sides, even though I gave a hint about how each of them are, we're going to have to get into the nuances of each to understand how this actually plays out. So, that said, blue side, you are the current champion. Call it. Ooh, tails. Gotta deal with the green side first. Take a seat.
Buster! This is gonna be the biggest disaster the cool world has ever seen. Stop! Cease!
Nobody's gonna stop me now!
You look good in the flesh.
So the green side of the Pro-LoliSho side, the anti-group of the pro side. There's the anti-Pro-LoliShos, and then there's the Pro-LoliSho antis. Yeah. On the green side, there's a bit more nuance than just that. First things first, 2256. Pretty much what everyone knows as the Shadman Law. Here's 2256 in and of itself. The reason why it's nicknamed the Shadman Law for most of the Pro-LoliSho side that I've noticed is because Shadman, the artist, known as a provocateur, decided that he was going to make real-life people as lollies and put them in very sexual situations. I've explained this before, but we're going to just do the cliff notes here. Long story short, he went after Keemstar's daughter, made a little picture of her as a lolly, and Keemstar said hell no because the situation appeared sexual. Shadman said, well, it's not. There was a little tit for tat, and it went poof. Now, some people said it brought back up. Some people said it stayed down. Who knows? I don't know. Don't care. But the second event that caused him some grief was Daphne Keene. He was on his Discord. He was talking mad trash about making a picture with Daphne Keene because she just has that look. So he made a picture of X-23 as a lolly being plowed by Wolverine. Wolverine looked an awful lot like Hugh Jackman, while X-23 looked an awful lot like Daphne Keene. Her lawyers were not too keen on that. So he was given a heads up to cut that shit out. He cut it out, allegedly. Now, having said that, was he in trouble with the law for doing such a thing? No, but he could have been. In fact, what he got in trouble for was something else entirely. I'm not getting into that, because it has no effect on 2256. His actions against Daphne Keene and Keemstar's daughter is the definition of 2256 in a nutshell. That said, this is what Greenside is dealing with, 2256. Now you add into the fact of the Uncanny Valley. What's the Uncanny Valley? This. For those of you who don't know what this is, I'll put this in layman terms. Humans. Machines. The closer the machines look to human, the more the humans get okay with it until it gets to a certain point, then they get really uncomfortable. I'll give you an example. The rebooted Chucky touched on the Uncanny Valley. Didn't hit, but it touched on it. Live action Battle Angel Alita. Battle Angel Alita. The live action version of that. That hit the Uncanny Valley. Because everyone's reaction when they first saw it was, what the hell's wrong with her eyes? You're getting what I'm getting at, right? If you're still not sure, Megan is one of the current Uncanny Valley-esque characters. Yes, there's an actor, and yes, there's a model doing stuff like that for the character, but the character in and of itself gives you the vibe of it's close to human, even though it's a machine, and it's kind of setting off radar on you. That's the Uncanny Valley. The closer the robots get to humans, the more the humans get relaxed with it until it gets to a certain point. And then the humans turn on it. Now, having said that, why is this important for this discussion? Put 2256 with the Uncanny Valley, and you got the Greenside's complaint, you got the Greenside's concern. They're pretty much hitting my gray line. Long story short, my gray line was simply put as this. If you don't know how the character is created or constructed, it's kind of hard to hit them with a Rule 34. The reason being is because you don't know if it's based on a real person or not. The reboot of Resident Evil 4 with Ashley Graham. As I pointed out before, there was two girls that represented Ashley Graham. A face model and a body model. If someone was obsessed with that character, they would go after those two girls, cause them problems. If so facto, we don't want that for young models for the character. If the character happened to be, say, 12, we don't want a 12-year-old being harassed by people because of a character. You get what I'm getting at? That's where the 2256 and Uncanny Valley are getting dragged into this. This is the Greenside's concern. They cannot confirm nor deny how how do you say that?
I am DI03367.
Yeah, that was created and or made and or rendered. However, having said all that for the green side, the blue side is very straightforward. They're very Stan Lee-esque. Very Mr. Incredible-esque. Long story short, fiction is fiction. Period.
These are fictitious characters.
And in their view, it's pretty straightforward.
I said I am DI.
Yeah, her. She's a machine. She's an android. So she's not even a human being. And the setting is fictional. So it's a fictional setting with a fictional machine that isn't even a real human. Problems are what? That's the blue side's mentality. What's the problem? It's fiction 100%. What's the problem? Fictional setting, fictional robot. No one's beefing about Android 18. No one's beefing about Jessica Rabbit because we all know those are fake. They're not real. So is...
I am DI03367.
Yeah, her. Not real. Not a thing to worry about. It's a 3D rendering. It's fiction. Who the fuck cares? Uncanny Valley, 2256. And thus, the clash. Now, for those of you who don't quite get why this is a clash, well, the Pro-LoliSho side had a little tiff a while back. This. Now, the logic was straightforward. This is just a fictional character. However, comma, the actor is a real kid. A real person, real kid. They are portraying a fictional character in a fictional setting. But the child themselves are real. Think of little Anakin, Jake Lloyd. Jake Lloyd was harassed for playing the role of little Anakin. Little kid, still on the chopping block. Anakin, once again, takes out a youngling. Anyway, point is, the green side is afflicted by Uncanny Valley and 2256. The blue side said, we don't give a damn, fiction is fiction. Why are we here? So you see where the problem comes in, right? So, where do I stand on this whole shebang? Well, since everything quieted down, it should be pretty easy to figure this out. First off,
I am DI03367.
her, you know what? Can we get her a name, please?
Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Sure, why not? Diana here, I can see where y'all are starting to have problems, because once you name something, you start attaching yourself to it for some reason. This is why you don't name the cows that you're about to slaughter. You don't name them because you get attached. Yeah, whatever. Diana, you know, little Miss D...
I am DI03367.
That. She's a machine. She's an android. She's a robot. She ain't real. She ain't even a human in her universe. She's a machine. She's a printer, a fax machine, a toaster oven, a washing machine. You get what I'm getting at.
I promise I'll turn you into something practical, like a toaster or a washing machine.
Thank you, Vegeta. That. Yeah. Even in the universe where she occupies. Yeah. That is what she is. A toaster oven. A washing machine. Something that can be recycled. So logically speaking, even in that fictional setting, she is not even a human being there. She is a robot. A thing. Why is this a problem? How is this a problem? Oh, I know how it's a problem. 3D rendering. And yet, Ashley Graham still has a lot of Rule 34, and that had 2 women in real life modeling for that character. Eve has Rule 34 all over the place. And there's at least 1 woman modeling for that character. But therein lies the concern from the green side. Is it a kid modeling this? Or is it an adult modeling this and they de-aged for the character? Which wouldn't really matter because the character, again, is a machine. A la, I can't even say 18 because 18 is actually a cyborg, which is part human. A T-800 skeletal model, that would work. Just smaller. Kind of like my whole thing about how to fix Dark Fate if they actually wanted to. Look, Kid Terminators. Back on point. Back on point. My personal beef with this whole thing, I don't trust it. I don't trust how it's made. Ergo, I'm not going to be sitting there going, ew, the design is too much. Maybe there's a way we can simplify the design. And y'all know that meme. So I'm not going to even bother continuing it. But that's my point. I don't know how it's made, so I'm a little bit concerned about it, but at the same time, I understand it's a machine. It's a washing machine. It's a toaster oven. It's not real. It's not even real in its universe. It is a robot in its universe. Come on. Just like people wanting to bang Bender.
I think I have a scheme so deviously clever that $500 and time served. Stupid anti-pimping laws. Well, pay the man.
Bender, honey, we love you.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
Don't bang robots! So, with all that said and done, overall, where do I stand? I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Period. Bar none. Uncanny Valley, 2256, whatever. Since I don't know how the character came into creation, I'm not going to bother with it. Same thing like I said about Expedition 33. The gray line has been hit. I don't mess with those characters that hit the gray line. The reason why the gray line is being hit is because, of course, 3D rendering. And y'all thought AI was not doing a good job. Well, maybe it's doing a little bit better job than people are giving it credit for. Is this to say that the blue side is wrong? No. Because they are 100% correct. It is a fictional setting with a fictional robot acting like a fictional human. That's 3 strikes. It's out. It's not even real. Don't even worry about it. Hell, its actual name is...
I am DI03367.
That. Diana is a name that the human gave it to identify with it. Hell, if you have a problem remembering that it's a machine, here.
Bypassing first and second firewalls. Hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
That can't be any clearer. Anyway, I'm out. I got other stuff to record and do. So, later.